Yep, we're really talking about it. The title and thumbnail of this video is accurate. Could the Miami Heat trade for LeBron James and create a reunion as LeBron ends his illustrious NBA career? I am Nic Rohloff. This is the Heat Report by Chat Sports. I think this might have more legs than some people realize, if we're going to be honest. But before we get into everything, I want you to state your claim. Would you trade for LeBron James to bring him back into 305 to end his career? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Well, the rumors around LeBron started last week when John Gabadero, who obviously we've referenced him a lot in our time talking about KD, Jimmy Butler stuff because he covers the Phoenix Suns. Well, he was on ESPN Cleveland and he said that the Lakers want to move on from LeBron James as soon as possible. And, well, that obviously sparked a lot of potential trade rumors. LeBron entering what many believe is his last season of his NBA career after he opted into his $52.5 million player option. It just doesn't seem like he is long for the NBA at this point, and how can you blame him? He's been in the league for 20-plus years, and he's 40-plus years of age. Well, a lot of people speculate this could mean a trade is coming for LeBron. Well, Dave McMenamin of ESPN reported during Summer League that his agent, Rich Paul, made it clear that LeBron has not asked for a trade. Paul did tell me that 4 teams contacted him with interest in trading for LeBron, though, so now we wait. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure how real this LeBron James trade rumors are, but there is one thing that is abundantly clear to me, and that is that there is a clear disconnect between LeBron and the Lakers front office. I can't believe I'm saying this, but trading for Luka Doncic, I think, actually sparked this disconnect. Now, it is still a move the Lakers should have done 10 out of 10 times because LeBron is 40-plus years of age, ending his career. Luka Doncic is still in his mid to high 20s with a lot left in his career. So, yes, if you have the chance to trade for a player like Luka, you do that and you start building around him instead of a 40-year-old LeBron James, right? But this clearly has caused some sort of unhappy relationship between the front office and LeBron. So I do want to bring up this because there was the 4 teams mentioned by Dave McMenamin. Well, Scoop B. Robinson reported that the 4 teams that contacted the Lakers for LeBron trade were the Mavericks, Cavaliers, Warriors, and Clippers. Miami, obviously not on that list that was reported from Scoop B. I don't know if this list is accurate or not, but that is what was speculated and reported. And to me, it makes sense that Dallas, it makes sense that Golden State would reach out. But I do believe Miami could be a really good suitor for LeBron, and I think they would at least have to explore the idea based off what the Lakers could want in return in a LeBron James trade. Well, Dan Royke reported on the Zach Lowe podcast that if there is a trade, the question is where. The Lakers don't want to take on any money beyond this season, so they don't want to turn LeBron's expiring contract into long-term money. Good luck, who has $54 million of expiring money the Lakers can take in a trade. Well, this is where Miami raises their hand, folks. The Heat can easily get to LeBron James's contract with technically expiring money. Now, Wiggins does have a player option for this upcoming season after this one, which might complicate that a little bit. But with Rozier's expiring money, the Heat can get there relatively easy without attaching long-term money to trade for LeBron, which means Miami wouldn't have to gut their roster to get LeBron, and they would satisfy the Lakers' want of short-term money. More coming here in a second, but make sure you subscribe us here at Heat Report because we have daily content, and we are 39 subscribers away from 24,200 videos every single day. Join the channel. We'll get to what my LeBron trade idea would look like, but I do want to clarify one thing first. If LeBron James were to be traded from the Los Angeles Lakers, I think he would have to request a trade without a shadow of doubt. There has been no buyout or trade discussions between LeBron and Rob Pelinka at this time. That's what Dan Royke reported. And it is expected at this point that LeBron is going to be with the Lakers when training camp begins in September. But let's just say LeBron did request a trade. I think Pat Riley would be very interested in potentially adding LeBron back to this Heat organization. We know that the relationship between Riley and LeBron was a little bit rough after the initial departure in 2015. But they have mended that relationship, I believe. And I think Riley, who said there would always be a key underneath the mat if LeBron wanted to return, would really take him up on that offer. So here is the trade that I think would ultimately go down if a happened between Miami and Los Angeles. Well, I had a typo, so hand up on me. That is Maxi Kleber, not Maxi Fleba, but it would be LeBron and Maxi heading to Miami, and the Lakers would get Wiggins, Rozier, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. from Miami. This makes a lot of sense. We talked about the expiring money. Wiggins and Rozier technically are not guaranteed money next season because of Wiggins' player option. That gets you right to $54 million, 28 and 26 perfectly. But then I do think there would have to be some sort of sweetener. Like those two wouldn't be able to just swap out for LeBron, in my opinion. I'm not attaching any draft capital for Miami's side of things. So I would attach a young player in Jaime Jaquez Jr., who I think has shown his true colors last season rather than the good rookie season that he had. So I would be fine doing this. And this is where I want to get your opinion. If this is what it took, like I tell you right now, if the Heat offered Wiggins, Rozier, and Jaquez to the Lakers, they could get LeBron and Maxi Kleber right now. Would you do this trade? A, if you would accept it. D, if you would decline. Let me know your honest thoughts on this deal. Would you do it? I absolutely would. I think that it would be a very fun move for the Miami Heat. One, you move off of Rozier. Two, you get Andrew Wiggins off the roster, which is something that I am not really trying to do to a major degree at this point anymore. And then I know you lose Jaquez, but you're getting LeBron James. And yeah, is he probably ending his career this upcoming season or at best the year after? Yeah, but he is still playing at a very insane level right now. Like, you look at the last 4 seasons he's played. By the way, it is very impressive to me that he's been able to play 70-plus games in each of the last 2 seasons. Just really remarkable stuff from him. It's why he's the best or second best player in NBA history. And he's still been able to be efficient on the offensive end, shooting above 37% from beyond the arc the past 2 years, above 50% from the field. And we know what he can do as a playmaker, as an initiator in the half court offensively. And as he's gotten older, he's improved his three-point shot even more. And the reason why I would do it, one, if you make that deal, you have $63 million in inspiring salary coming into your books. LeBron at 54 and Kleber at 11. You would make Heat basketball exciting again. You would be the talk of the NBA. LeBron back in Miami for a potential final season would be the main storyline. The Heat would be on national TV for probably 65 games of their 82-game season, if we're going to be completely honest. And another reason, I firmly believe that if you made that trade, you would be the top team in the Eastern Conference. You would be the favorites, and I would pick Miami to come out of the East without a second of hesitation. Look at this team that you could potentially have. I think this is what I would do in terms of my starting lineup and then my top 10 in rotation. I would start Davion Mitchell alongside Hero to add more defense into that backcourt because you would have a front court so versatile and so big in terms of their functional size with LeBron at 6'9", Adebayo at 6'9", 6'10", Jovic at 6'9", 6'10". And I firmly believe LeBron would have so much fun playing with Nikola Jovic. Jovic's size, IQ, playmaking, shooting, his ability to play in transition. LeBron would love playing with Jovic. And then it would also have one of the best benches in the NBA. You would have Norman Powell and Kel'el Ware coming off the bench with Larson, Fontecchio, and Highsmith. That is an insanely good bench. And I would move Ware to the bench because he would then be able to come off and be that backup center, but obviously play alongside LeBron, play alongside Adebayo, play alongside Bam and LeBron at times. Like, you could just have so much versatility. And I'm not kidding. I just mentioned it. Like, I think that would be the favorites in the Eastern Conference. Like that starting five, because LeBron is still a top 15 player in the NBA without question, which is insane to say. You get an all-star and hero, all-star and Bam, Norman Powell coming off the bench, Davion's defense, Ware and Jovic taking another young step. Like, it would not cost a lot to get LeBron, and he would make your team instantly a top 5 to 7 favorites to win the finals, favorites to win the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. And if he truly is done after the season, well, guess what you could do, folks? You can let Fontecchio's expiring come off the books, Norman Powell's expiring, Kleba, LeBron. You add up those 4 expiring deals, that's $90 million. 54, 20, and then a couple $8 and $5 million contracts. That gets you probably enough money to have a max contract slot in case Luka Doncic doesn't extend in LA. Could be a very fascinating couple of years with Miami if they made that deal. Now, is it likely? No, probably not, but I did want to talk about the hypothetical on and if I would do it with this episode, which is why you subscribe, because we are talking if and everything around the Miami Heat, hypotheticals, actual breakdowns, and when the season rolls around, we have live watch parties and reactions to every game. So join us here at the Heat Report. We're a family. And as always, go Heat.